Hello, all. This is Dswank, and I am back in Sins of a Solar Empire with the Interregnum mod, where I'm playing as the TEC. Um, so it's a little different playing a vanilla race in a modded game, but I felt that if I'm gonna be different, let's be different. Um, but I had some ideas for things to talk about in this episode. One of them was just games in general. That how games like this are well, you don't have a story, you don't have a campaign. You are creating the story as you play. So it's kind of a unique aspect to games in general, where you are the the storyteller.
Research complete.
Okay. Now, okay, good. You're building. Yay! My Titan's building. Die, Marauder. And you're... But yeah, and there's some games in all sorts of genres like this.
Research
Space
complete.
Engineers is one.
Comsat has detected inbound hostiles.
Minecraft is one. They're, if you pay attention, they are all pretty much sandbox or strategy, though.
Hostile forces
Nothing
have arrived.
wrong with that. But the okay, so all I have left to capture is the Starforge.
Awaiting orders.
Katana Fleet Dreadnought. 2 Katana Fleet
Yes, sir.
Dreadnoughts. I'm gonna send y'all back
Moving
here.
out.
Now that we've captured that, and are
Ready for orders.
once we capture the Starforge,
Phase jump complete.
the next thing I'll need to put a frigate or two in there. Let's see. Research. But yeah, back to what I was trying to form a cohesive thought about. Where games kind of started out where they didn't really have a story. You had a basic concept of how to play. Well, you had, my mind ran away. Pac-Man. Thank you, brain. Let's work, please. But Pac-Man, that was a game that you didn't need the story to play. I mean, the concept was there. You're
Yes,
going
sir.
through a maze.
Inputting
Then
coordinates.
you had games with limited story, and you still have games like Pac-Man coming out, which is, I mean, they're not good or bad. And then you have games where were kind of like Doom, where you had a limited story kind of just tying everything together. Doom had more of a story than some of the others. Street Fighter had a story. It was, all things considered, a fairly weak story, but since then it has grown into both Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. Their story for the universe has grown tremendously since they first came out. And then things grew on. You had Donkey Kong, you had Mario, all those where entity, whatever it is, whether it's villainous or not, arrives and does bad things. Steals the princess, steals the banana horde. I mean, up through the Super Nintendo, with the exception of a lot of the RPGs, like the Japanese RPGs, which were kind of freeform, but they did have a fairly solid storyline.
Research complete.
And my favorite JRPG, Final Fantasy VI, Trump beats down 7 completely, mostly because I've never played 7, and I just love 6. I was a Nintendo kid all the way up, so
cover for the fleet.
that may be part of it. But let's see, what do we want here? Fortified superstructure. We're defensive. And one of those and one of those. But the whole concept of some of the earlier games, their stories were very limited. And again, not that that was a bad thing. In some aspects, it was a very good thing because you didn't get distracted from the actual gameplay. However, there were some issues, and most of those came up when you were dealing with clones. How do you differentiate one clone from another? And a lot of times it was just this weak story that really there wasn't anything. And forgive me, I'm not ignoring Sega and their games. I didn't grow up with them, so
Research complete.
they don't freshly come to mind when I'm thinking about games in general. But when you're then after kind of Super Nintendo, things like that, you had GameCube generation come out. There were some interesting games in GameCube generation. A lot of first-party things.
Go ahead.
Oh God, get out of there! I don't want
Deploying.
any more of those. Oh God, can I just like scuttle all of you? Scuttle all of you. Please tell me you will all scuttle, not just one. Oh no.
Phase jump complete.
Just one is going to scuttle.
There is no further
Okay, you need to
profit
get
in
out of here
attacking
too.
an empire.
Go, go, run away. We
Ready for orders.
need you all gone. Go away.
Research complete.
But, yeah, sorry.
Stand by for phase
I
jump.
got distracted because I don't want a swarm of colony frigates.
Go ahead.
But GameCube generation, there were quite a few games that surprisingly had a pretty good story. But Legend of Zelda was in there, and I shouldn't forget that. They've always had a relatively good story in the Legend of Zelda
Ready for orders.
games. However, where stories in games, to me, really took off
Where to, Commander?
was, and I skipped an entire generation
where to,
when I
Commander?
finished with this,
Research
but the
complete.
Nintendo 64.
Where to, Commander?
And
Comsat has
really,
detected inbound hostiles.
the 64 game that stands out, well, the two 64 games that stand out as really good storytelling to me, and I believe 64 era was also the Final Fantasy
Hostile
7,
forces have
so
arrived.
you had that there, but you had the two Legend of Zeldas for that Majora's Mask, which is the Zelda game I dislike the most, but a lot of people like it, and it had a very fascinating story. I just didn't like some of the game mechanics and I couldn't spend a day or 2 days sitting down playing the game, getting used to all the features of it, and learning, well, when I do this, things didn't work. But I'm getting off on a tangent and I don't need to. But you had some really good story-driven things, and as time has progressed, you, through the GameCube era, you had more of the open world. You had, I believe, the original PlayStation or PlayStation 2 was Grand Theft Auto, Vice City, that era as well. And you had a lot of open world story-based games in that area. Action roleplay, I believe, is what they call it. And the open world has grown significantly, that genre, significantly since then. And you have some very interesting stories and ways of having to tell a story. But it's different than this, what I'm playing right now, and Space Engineers and
Research complete.
things like that. Because there is absolutely no storyline in this, in Space Engineers. In a lot of those games, it's all what can you create with your mind? What do you have that is fascinating? And you get some very, very unique concepts
Comlink active.
with that. You get games like this. You get
Reporting
Space
in.
Engineers. There's even Mountain Blade is one of those where they gave you this universe and unleashed you into it to write your own story. And
Structure complete.
I like that. I like being able to create your own
Ready to
story.
move out. Crew
And
to the con.
Stellaris, another strategy game. It's pretty much crafting, action role-playing, and strategy games, really, that I can think of now. Whether it's 4X or true strategy, like some of the Empire Earth, when you... but they had the historical campaign, so but you could play multiplayer and take your civilization through history. Alternate history, whatever. But I found that fairly fascinating, that the way games have developed in story, because one of the things I do is write. It's fiction. I have a few short stories that I've written. I'm working on trying to get some of them published. But
Comsat has detected inbound hostiles.
Oh, yay. And believe me, when I'm writing and I can think, I'm much more coherent in what I'm saying instead of talking off the cuff as I am now.
Hostile forces have arrived.
Oh, calm down. I didn't do that. But, let's see. I want another one again. And I need to build a research station, which would be helpful. Okay. I already built something there.
Attacking an empire
Civics
has
research.
become more profitable.
And okay, you've already maxed out. So, where was I? Let my mind recover. But yeah, being able to create your own
Research complete.
stories, and you can create your own. It's it's kind of like I was given the framework, and with Stellaris, the framework is
There is
a
no
lot
further
more
profit in
hidden
attacking an
than with
empire.
this. But you've got a rough idea of the... I mean, the ships are all
Need
kind
something
of
destroyed?
similar, but
Structure complete.
there's nothing in-game that says, this is how this faction behaves. So, you could very easily view this as...
Make it
You
fast.
are writing the story for the TEC, the
Affirmative.
Advent, the Rebellion sides. And it's
Comlink
all
online.
up to you. And I love
Phase
that
jump
concept.
complete.
Because it
Moving
puts
out.
so much more creativity on the aspect of the
There
player.
is no further profit in
Um,
attacking an empire.
Space engineers, again. You're somewhat limited by the framework that has been provided. But
All
Doom,
power to jump drive.
there was a story. I mean, very weak, but you were a space marine. You were fighting demons on Phobos.
Systems calibrated.
They're and
Phase
first-person
jump on
shooters
my mark.
have a hard time with this. You have open world first-person shooters. Gun. That's an old one. But most of those, what you couldn't really do an open world first-person shooter where you didn't have any end goal, unless the whole world was populated by monsters. Because if there were people there, it wouldn't work. There'd be too many people screaming about it. But you have limitations based on the genre, like what I just tried to explain.
Phase jump
But
on my mark.
I keep getting distracted by having to think about what I want to do. Let's
Additional
click
credits
that,
required.
and I can do this as well. Boo. Counter deployment. Okay, diplomacy, phasic communications, war measures acts. None of those are absolutely necessary. And Drenov has been unlocked. Okay. I was going to speak words. Trust me, I was. But the act of being creative on your own without having
Ready and
to
waiting.
or being required to
All systems go.
follow the story. I mean, no, that's not where I
Research complete.
was. I already covered that to some extent. I was talking about Gun, Mass Effect, Red Dead Redemption, all those, and being, I just lost where I was. But, yeah, the open world games of this nature where you're writing the story for your character or for your race are interesting in the fact
Research
that
complete.
and it's
Calculating
kind of a
jump
shift
coordinates.
because there's no end game, and a lot of people look for an end game. This is how I've won.
Research complete.
With Sins, you can say, I've won a game of Sins of a Solar Empire. It's kind of like saying, I've won a game of Monopoly. I've won a game of whatever. It's kind of like Civilization. I've won a game of Civilization, but I haven't beaten Civilization. You cannot beat Civilization. You can be really good and competitive at Sins or Civ or Stellaris, but it's one of those games that you can't sit there and say, I have beaten it. Similar to...
Calculating jump coordinates.
some people feel that that's
Need
a
something
problem,
destroyed?
that
It's about
games
time.
need a final point. And I can understand that argument, because
I've got your back.
Our backup
some
is
people-
joining the fight.
I mean, if I bought a game for $60
Structure
and
complete.
I didn't know, and I bought it for the aspect of being able to have that good feeling of I've won, I've beaten the game. The detonating the Halo ring, the killing of the big bad evil guy, the knife quick time event in one of the Modern Warfare. I mean, story-wise, that gives a satisfying feeling when you experience it. But there is an aspect to that is missing in the open world games. But I feel that if you are... I guess what I'm saying is there's a mindset you need for enjoying games that don't have... And I used open world games, and open world games isn't what I should have used. Open-ended games is what I should have said. That take Fallout 3. Fallout 3 is a great example for what I'm trying to say. You had a storyline up until you beat the big bad evil guy. And spoilers if you haven't played it and are waiting to, and I'm terribly sorry, but we're a generation down the line, and we're almost done with all the DLC for its successor.
Research
So,
complete.
I'm sorry. In Fallout 3, when it was released, as of release, you could beat the big bad evil guy,
More crystal is needed.
clean the water up for the wasteland, but you died. Your character died. There was nothing you could do. The story ended. And some people are extremely satisfied with a result of that type. I'm not. I am not satisfied with that sort of ending in a open world game. I much prefer... and that is a hard thing to say, because
Research complete.
Final Fantasy VI was a open-ended game, or not open world game. Sorry, I keep Freudian slipping there. Open world game, because you could fly around the world, you could go wherever you wanted. The only thing really stopping you was the monsters being tougher than you were able to fight. So, and some things were locked behind the airship. So yeah, but you defeated Kefka in that, the big bad evil guy, and
To protect and serve.
your characters didn't die, but there was a wrap up at the end of it, and you did there was nothing after beating him. And I didn't feel that was a problem. But I think it's because of the way the game was presented. Because the goal was, well, I mean, the goal, defeat Kefka, defeat Big Bad Evil Guy in Fallout 3, turn the water on, save the world. But Kefka was the god of magic. The guy you defeat, I mean, where do you go after you defeat a god? Into God of War, I guess?
Research complete.
But in Fallout 3, you shoot another man, you flip a switch, and the game ends, and you die. Why couldn't I flip the switch, not die, and continue on? There were still challenges in the wasteland. There were still things I could do, people I could help, places to explore. But
phase jump
once
complete.
you defeat a god, there's not really that many more challenges in... I guess you could say Final Fantasy VI had a sufficient ending, and Fallout 3, the original ending, just wasn't
complete.
good. But I feel like there's something more to that. And I did not want to build that. I wanted to build that. I could build one of those two. Then, let's see, what else was there? But
a new colony has been founded.
Fallout 3, I felt, was, in general, a far superior game once they allowed you to continue on. Yay! Captain Dunov. No, I want to sell... No, I do want... I need like
Research
14
complete.
of this.
Our backup is joining the fight.
Boop. Alright, can I do this one yet? No. I felt Fallout 3 was by far a superior, and I have no idea which one of these is my home system.
Structure complete.
There we go.
How can I help you, Commander?
Let's
Transmission
see. Let's
received.
go ahead. We've got this fleet together. I've fortified.
All power to jump drive.
Logistics.
Additional credits required.
Explore planet. Let's park ourselves at our
Base jump on my mark.
home planets.
Research complete.
Well, not home planet, but our star. Now the question is, have we researched jumping through the star? Is it in civilian? Long-range jumps. Okay, so
Planet development finished.
my wasting time was actually had a reason. Let's do that. Okay. Logistics. And just a little more crystal. Okay. Then we'll have the Dunov. Or Commander Dunov, or whatever his name is. Oh no, another empire has
Intel
discovered
reports an
something.
impending pirate raid. Research complete.
I've kind of lost track of where I was with talking about Fallout 3. I do that fairly frequently, and I'm
Attacking an
sorry.
empire has become more profitable. Planet
Attacking
development
somebody
finished.
else is profitable. Ooh. Civilian. I guess we could go ahead. Okay, that's cute. Good. Military
Structure
lab.
complete.
Do that. That way I can research this.
Our backup is joining the fight.
Throw money here. Buy money here. Queue that. So I can have my Titan get all of its goodies before I send it out to
Commander.
play with the rest of the world.
Research
But,
complete.
Story,
Structure complete.
story
Planet
is something
development
that's
finished.
very important.
Nothing
And
of value has been found.
if you do it right, even if you
Research
have
complete.
nothing,
There is no further
It's
profit
good.
in attacking an empire.
and
Structure complete.
where is
Research
Inov?
complete.
Ah, there he is. Let's do that.
Nothing of value has been found.
Do that.
Research complete. Phase
that one
jump
on.
complete.
Maintenance drones.
Our backup is joining the fight.
Okay. Well, once that has all of its abilities triggered,
Our backup is joining the fight.
is that... Yay, I can build Kodiaks.
Research complete.
Sell metal.
More crystal is needed.
Okay.
Research
Those are all
complete.
queued. Alright, I want... one of those, and 1, 2, 3 of those.
Research complete.
Air Wing at your disposal.
Behold
Behold my creations.
Okay, frigate. One of those.
Ready for the front lines.
One of those.
Research
One of
complete.
those.
Ready for the front lines.
And then
Reporting
this
for duty.
whole squad of ships is going to the Starforge planet. Okay.
Research complete.
Commander
grab
on
you.
deck. Coming about.
Ready to move out.
And let's see.
Time is short.
You've got
Research
points.
complete.
Send you here.
Our orders, Commander. Ready
Okay,
to
you've been
move
fully
out.
upgraded. Send you
Crew to the
here.
cause.
And then we're going to go and play with the rest of the world.
Research complete.
Let's see.
Diverting power to jump engines. Intel
Probably
reports an
should
impending pirate raid.
also
All
pop
power
a
to
couple of
jump
those
drive.
and that.
The price
So I
on
can
our
get
head has
the-
increased. Phase
no.
jump complete.
Doop, a dupe,
Research complete.
a dupe. I haven't built a Korzev yet. Probably should look
Carrier
at
at the
doing
ready.
that.
Research complete. Diverting power to jump engines. Our backup is joining the fight.
Okay, we have fights going on,
All
but that's
packed
not
up and
important
ready to
at the
go.
moment.
Research
Korzev.
complete.
Systems calibrated.
And let's see, where do I get the rest of the fleet?
Research complete.
Impose sanctions.
Research complete.
Military
Ready to take our troops to the front line.
defense.
A power surge of great
Militia
magnitude
weapons.
has been detected.
Militia
Research
armor.
complete.
I'm not seeing what I was looking for.
Research complete.
Still haven't found what I'm
Research
looking
complete.
for. Boop, boop.
A power
Alright,
surge of
well,
great magnitude
enough
has been
in that
detected.
screen.
Research complete.
Let's see. Boop-a-doo. Now with that,
Research complete.
where do we want to go? Let's
I'll
go to
never
Macam.
fail. All power to jump drive.
Yay!
All hands,
pneumonia.
prepare for phase jump.
Research complete. Research complete.
Who are we fighting? Looks Imperial. Yes, it's Imperial.
Research complete.
Okay. What are these? Imperial ships. Okay, now what planet do we want?
Inputting
Let's go
coordinates.
here. Everybody go here. That's where they've all been retreating to. See if we can take a
Our
planet.
backup is joining the fight.
All power to jump drive.
Unit preparing for jump to light speed.
Okay.
Our backup is
think-
joining the fight.
Let's slow time down a little bit. What is this? Tungle?
Intel reports an impending
Yeah,
dive.
they're doing pretty good.
Com channel open.
Some of these guys need to be keep upgrades on them.
Standing by.
More of that. More of those. More of that.
Where do you need me?
More ion cannons.
Trust in my command.
More of that. Our Titan's doing its thing. How are we doing over here? Oh, we're gonna take out the Nova gun. Yay! The one battleship. One dreadnought taking on my Titan. Lazarus. A dreadnought. Radiation bomb. Because we're dealing with space at the moment. Poor dreadnought. Just everything's unloading on it. That should be a good screenshot. Okay, what do we have over here? Wrecking face. Now we have our fighter squadrons over there doing their thing. And we're playing stuff up over here. So that's gonna work out well. Go carrier. We're doing good. How's your XP? Almost halfway. And the Esseron is doing relatively well. It's still alive. Okay. Got that research. Got researched. Okay. We can go ahead and click that. Fleet logistics.
Power surge of great magnitude has been detected.
Oh no!
Capital ship shields are down.
Esseron! No!
Good day, Commander.
Pull back!
Phase jump complete.
Pull back over here. You must survive. Oh, Corellia's in here. That's good to know. Okay, he leveled up.
Got your back.
Okay. More Healy beams, please. Okay, frigate yard's going down. Administrative center's going down. We've cut a pretty good hole
Research complete.
in their fleet. What's going on here? Missiles still hitting. Okay. And we're going to
Research
knock
complete.
Kung out. I think we've done a fairly good job kind of popping a hole in the middle of their defense. I don't know if these guys are the Empire or the
A power
Warlords.
surge of great magnitude has been detected.
But either way, back to story. The discussion on story. I taught Fallout 3 after the DLCs. You lived after your event where your character, the previous ending. And I'm happy Bethesda learned their lesson with that in Fallout 4. That Fallout 4 is an open-ended game that you can continue to play even after you've beaten the main story. But it's still a game that you can say, I have beaten it, because there's no end. Well, there is an end to the story element, and once that's done, it's kind of this weird mix of what I'm trying to be a proponent of, and what and I'm not saying that having a story is bad by any means, because take the original BioShock or something a little more relevant, The Last of Us. Those don't have a... I mean, they're solid end. There is no continuation after the ending. And they are incredibly satisfying to play. And I think my ships are getting their butt handed to them by mines.
Need something destroyed?
Which is a slight issue, because I don't have any mine clearers. Nothing to clear mines. That's a slight problem.
Reporting in.
Space Tug.
On my
I
way.
want you guys... Get out of the minefield, please. Okay, that fleet is following this fleet. Okay. But, and you're going to shield use some of my dreadnoughts. Okay. No argument here. But,
We have wiped
there's
out an enemy
an
colony.
issue where I think that games
Awaiting orders.
really need to have a...
Open fire!
There are some game types that need an open-ended, where you have exploration. I mean, this game, you can create your own story, but it does have a firm end. It has an end game for this particular game, but like I said, you can't really say I've beaten this game. Just like you can't really say I've beaten Space Invaders.
Reading you
I
loud
am
and clear.
really failing at multitasking. But there's some fairly how do I want to phrase that? Okay, what do I need to research? Military cooperation. Where is military cooperation? Defense, diplomacy, military cooperation.
Has been detected.
Okay. We need one more of those. Okay. Because I want to build those last few. Hey, why didn't that be researched? I'm also going to go through and make sure I have exploration fully researched and everything, as well as logistics. That was a bad one.
Nothing of value has been found.
And
Planet development finished.
alright.
Reading you loud and clear.
Where do we want to go from here?
Through to the cars.
Let's go
Phase jump
that way.
complete.
Ignore everything, turn around, and
Nothing
go
of
to
value
another
has been
planet.
found. Structure complete.
Let's just wreck their infrastructure.
Analysts have found something interesting.
Excuse me.
Planet development finished.
My voice. But
On my mark.
what I was
Structure complete.
trying to get across is that
Analysts have found a powerful artifact.
I found it interesting that how the development of story in
Nothing
video
of value
games,
has been found.
as they have grown and the potential use of them has
Diverting
been
power
seen
to
by
jump
more
engine.
people. I mean, you
Yay,
have,
Commander.
well, you have BioShock, which really
Planet
was...
development finished.
Ooh. We have
Comm channel open.
we're going up against the largest
Ready and waiting.
non-Titan ship in the game.
Nothing of
Attack.
value has been found.
We need to kill it. Attack it with everything. Group shields. Yeah, we're gonna take out it. But
Planet development finished.
I mean,
Awaiting orders.
BioShock was an allegory of a lot of things. And the true testament to its story is that even now, it's still a relevant. Most games, you have either a simplistic story that makes them still relevant, or you have
Development finished.
stories that have very little continuing effect on the population, ones that
Comlink online.
the people that play it. The stories are kind of this loose fold just to try and help hold everything together. Oh wow, the capital fleet has shown up with a vengeance.
Reading you loud and clear.
Pull back. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Titan. You may be the reason we pull through on this. More of that. Ah. They are going after my carrier.
Ship has been heavily damaged.
Keep fire withering on them. That may be the only way we keep the carrier alive.
You made the right choice.
Yeah, pull the carrier back while they run. Okay. I really thought I was in for a much harder fight there.
Planet development
Let's see if
finished.
we can kill any of their
Power surge of
ships
great
before
magnitude has been detected.
they fully escape. I don't think we're going to kill the Avenger. I just don't think it's going to work out. Maybe. I mean, we ion cannon hits. If we continue to ion cannon it, maybe. Oh, we got it.
Power surge of great magnitude has been detected.
Okay. So, we pulled that off. I didn't think that would happen. But, I'm trying to be
Intel
aware
reports an
here
impending
and
pirate
continue
raid.
to
Planet development
we
finished.
want one of those and one of those.
Time is short.
Let's see. Another one of those. Let's come back here.
Nothing of
See
value has
what
been
sort
found.
of infrastructure wreckage we can do. I'm actually very surprised at how well we are doing with this
Good day, Commander.
run back and play around in their backfield approach.
Reading you loud and clear.
Nothing of value has been
But
found.
story, you had BioShock, and it still stands up as a story today. A lot of them, to have a good game, you need the story to be timeless. Same with a movie, things like that. But there
Our
are
backup
some
is joining the fight.
games that are fairly dated, not from graphics, but
We wiped out
from
an enemy colony.
story, that the way it's presented just doesn't work anymore. And most of those are clones, thinking about it.
How can I help you, Commander?
And I may step on some toes for some people with some of these, but back in 2000, when Homeworld came out, there were a lot of games that were coming out during that time frame
restored.
that were pretty much Homeworld clones.
Reading you loud and clear.
Their stories were not that good, and they needed quite a bit
Nothing of
of
value has been found.
rethinking. Okay, we've got a
Power
single
surge of great
carrier
magnitude
here
has been detected.
that I don't know why it's here by itself.
Research complete.
Can we kill it before it jumps? Anybody ion cannon it? Can I ion cannon it? No.
Reading you
Okay.
loud and clear.
But it's almost been an hour, and I still haven't been able to get the words out that I want on the game that I was
Comlink online.
and story. So I guess this has been more of just my thoughts and a rambling association of everything. So I'm curious. Well, I never really made a point or a strong definitive point. What do y'all think about me talking about things like this during the gameplay? Would you prefer me to just blow that off and deal solely with what I'm doing as a game?
Reading you loud and clear.
Is what I did, if I did more of a point, having a
Ready to
particular
move
point,
out. To protect and serve. Ready
would
to
that be
move
more
out.
interesting for you? Would that be a better presentation for y'all, since you are the ones watching this?
To protect and serve.
I'm doing this as a hobby, but I mean, if nobody is interested in hearing certain things, go ahead, give me a heads up, let me know. Things can only change if people talk. And I think I will end this episode once I find out whether the Death's Head goes boom or not. But I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, go ahead and hit like, subscribe, leave a comment below, and I will see you next time. Until then, bye-bye.